Welcome to Black Gods of Yahweh Media. In the power of, in the glory of, in the good of Yhwh, Yahweh. In the name of Yhwh, Beit Nun Sophie, Yhwh, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Selah. This particular video is, of course, for everyone. However, it is specifically for those who are highly spiritually in tune. Like myself, this is something that I had learned years ago before I knew anything. There was things that would happen in my life in another world around me that you couldn't see with your eyes, or you could not hear with your ears, or smell with your nose, or taste with your lips. It was a outer worldly presence. And now that I'm in the knowledge of Yahweh, I'm starting to understand that it is a double-edged sword. To be highly spiritually in tune, you can also be in tune with the Spirit of Yahweh very quickly, very powerful. But also, you can be attacked very powerfully by the enemy. I want to talk to you about scriptures that I use to sort of offset this. Because once we have come into this knowledge and we are in the process of completely cleansing ourselves, and we have mostly, if not completely, given up our physical iniquities. We're talking about drinking and smoking and gambling and fornicating. What's left? Now I'm going to talk to you guys like you're actually here. I mean, who can answer that? What's left? What's left is for the enemy to attack your mind. And your mind and your spirit is one. There was something that I used to hear my grandmother say. Of course, I didn't understand it because I was a Christian then. And I'm going to show you this scripture right now. Psalms 19 and 14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. Now let's go over this scripture and I'll explain to you what it means to me. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart. What's in your heart? It's the love of Yahweh. What comes out of your mouth is the knowledge of Yahweh. It is acceptable in his sight. He understands that the enemy attacks our mind and our spirit, but he knows what's in your heart. What comes out of your mouth is like a written statement. If you keep those two things clean, your heart and the words that come out of your mouth, you're safe. The enemy deceived a third of Yahweh's angels. So we understand the power that he possesses when it comes to pushing us over to iniquity. And Yahweh helps us with these things. Here's another scripture that I repeat to myself when I am being attacked in the mind and in the spirit. Psalms 19 and 7. The law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect. The law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. The laws are made perfect. So if you're keeping the law, do not fear what the enemy may put in your head. Do not fear how the enemy may attack you through the Spirit. I remember the Messiah had spoke about the El of Yahweh. It can be used to do good, and it can be used to do bad. That is the Spirit of Yahweh, what he has given to you. You can choose which one you want. The law is made perfect. So anytime you may be struggling in the mind of thoughts and spirits, and the devil and his angels are putting things in your head, remember the law is made perfect. If you're keeping the law to the best of your ability, it is acceptable in the sight of the Lord YAHUDAH-YAHWEH. Moving right along. We're going to go back and forth. Back and forth. 1 Peter 4 and 8. 1 Peter 4 and 8. And above all things, have fervent charity amongst yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sin. Now, this is what I call the backup plan that Yahweh created. It talks about keeping the laws, but it also talks about having fervent charity. Now, we've studied charity being in the knowledge of Yahweh. It covers a multitude of sin. So the beautiful and merciful thing about Yahweh, he's created a backup plan. Now, this is not something you say, well, I'm going to sin and then just turn to charity. That's not what it's for. You can't fool Yahweh. He knows your heart. But he's created charity to wipe away sins. So he's given us a twofold avenue of salvation: to keep the law and adhere to charity. And it will help you admonish some of your iniquities that you're struggling with. This is a beautiful thing. What I love about Yahweh is he does things twofold. If you read scripture and if you understand what Yahweh does and understand what he's put in place as rules, regulations, laws, commandments, statutes, most everything has multiple meanings. And he's giving us a two-way street to salvation. Not only can you keep the law that is made perfect to enter into the kingdom of heaven, to enter and be presented amongst the throne and the Lamb, but you also have another avenue, which is charity. It's hard to fail at charity if you understand what it is. It is also your character as well. So I just wanted to bring out what was on my mind today